Good evening, and welcome to Creative Broadcasting, the station of unlimited possibilities, presents Creating Your Seat at the Table with your host, Ashley Little, as she welcomes her guest to the table.
Welcome to Creating Your Seat at the Table. I am your host, Ashley Little. A little bit about myself: corporate professional by day, entrepreneur by night, CEO and founder of Ashley Little Enterprises, LLC, owner and creator of Creative Broadcasting, and co-founder and owner of Talk Radio and TV Network, LLP. Tonight we have a special, amazing VIP guest by the name of Renika Gibson. A little bit about her. Renika Gibson has over 12 years' experience in international corporate learning, training, and development. She currently leads a team of instructional designers at Duke Energy. Prior to Duke Energy, she worked at PepsiCo Corporate Finance Division as a senior instructional specialist, as well as a corporate training lead at American Express in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Renika is a certified Agile training instructor, and Renika is a member of various network organizations that focus on encouraging minority youth to engage in STEM-related career opportunities. She is also a member of several professional networks like the International Society of Performance Improvement, where members use evidence-based performance improvement research and practices to expect sustainable, measurable results and add value to stakeholders in the private, public, and social sector. Renika started her own training and development consulting firm, which offers training and development of web courses, instructor-led packages, and curriculum design solutions. Renika's hobbies include volunteering with youth and future leaders, cooking, traveling, reading, and a recent love for listening to podcasts. Welcome to the table, Renika Gibson.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. It is a pleasure to not only that you are my special VIP guest. Renika is one of the reasons why I'm a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. So this is a very special interview because she's not only my special guest, but she's my big sister. So would you please tell our listeners, Renika, more about your entrepreneurial journey?
Well, it is an ongoing journey. It is not one that is done overnight, that's for sure. So I would tell anyone that you should just go for it and take your time, and don't think that you're supposed to figure it all out at once, and don't be afraid to ask questions or fail for the most part. I have not figured this entrepreneurial journey all out because there's a unique strategy and approach that I want to have. So therefore, I'm constantly trying to reinvent my brand, my business, and my purpose and what I'm trying to serve and provide to this industry. So it's a journey that is ever evolving, and as it should be, because the service that I'm trying to provide is often changing. So you must continue to change with it.
Love that, because you're right. Failure is part of the process, and it is a process, entrepreneurial journey, because it's like a roller coaster, a daily roller coaster. So I agree. So, Renika, Would you please share with our listeners more about your experience in international corporate learning, training, and development?
Absolutely. So I went to India. That was my first taste in instructional training and development. It was for 2 months. And I'll have to say that I do appreciate the experience, and it was through corporate learning that I was afforded the opportunity to attain my business visa to train in India for 2 months. I will say that one of the best things you can do is take on the opportunity and face your fears. If you're afraid to be abroad, travel abroad, when you have a corporate backing, it is the best way to go. For those that do it on their own, I give them kudos because it's not an easy journey, but it is one that everyone should take an opportunity to attain if you can.
Love that. So let's talk more about, your international experience. So what are some strategies you would give to listeners who are thinking about taking that route in their profession?
First of all, learn the cultural norms where you're going. If you already have a location that you identified, don't be afraid to do your research on their cultural norms, especially as a woman, because you know that in some countries the rights are different. And as a woman, I had to learn quickly about attire, and it was most important because if I'm in a business meeting, in order to be taken seriously with the leadership in that location, I had to make sure that I was very aware of my presence and what impression I was giving while in those in that location, and also making the most of it. So not only did I have a business purpose there, I also had a lot of personal time there. And during that time, I took that time to get to know the actual location, and I made a point to explore safely while I was there, and also keep an open mind, and also think about self-care while you're there. So sometimes the time zone is different, so you're not even realizing that you're not taking care of yourself. So you also want to make sure that you holistically do all those things while you're traveling abroad, especially if it's for an extended amount of time.
I love that. And you said some awesome nuggets, especially with facing your fears, because a lot of people let fear hold them back from getting to that next level. And with you stepping out and taking that jump to travel internationally with your profession, can you tell some of the benefits that did for your profession? Did it lead to any promotions or anything by taking that jump?
Well, absolutely, because what I was able to do was bring back another perspective to my company, because there are so many ideas that our peers and counterparts had in the other location that we weren't thinking about and adopting. And that allowed me the opportunity to, not necessarily like take their ideas, but share their ideas with our local domestic leadership and let them know that there's opportunity for us to do more partnerships with our international members. And that was able to get me in front of other leadership, where we were able to create programs and foster more communication and interactions with each other, to value their perspective more, because they're the outside looking in. It's just like in a friendship that you may have, and you may value their opinion because they're telling you something that you don't see. And that's how it is whenever we actually tap into our international peers. They have another perspective, and they have some ideas that we just don't have. And whenever you bring those two together, you come to find a whole lot of new perspective, and it's really helpful. So, yes, I was able to grow and actually get in front of a lot of leaders that created other opportunities and foster other relationships.
I love that. So for all of our listeners that are listening, face your fears and take that jump, because you never know what's on the other side. If she would have never took that jump, the promotion wouldn't have been there, and she would not have been able to create those different opportunities to help her continue to get up the corporate ladder. So that's pretty awesome. So super congratulations on all of those things that you've accomplished thus far, Renika.
Thank you.
So you're very involved in various network organizations that focus on encouraging minority youth to engage in STEM career opportunities, which are pretty awesome. So would you please share with our listening audience more about these opportunities for our youth?
Absolutely. So Duke Energy offers several opportunities. So if any of incoming freshmen or any upcoming college students or any current college students looking for internships, reach out to our Duke organizations. If you just go to dukeenergy.com or Duke Energy Careers or Opportunities, you'll be able to get in contact with anyone that can point you in the right direction based on where you are in your journey. But one in particular that I'm involved in is the employee resource group called Advocates for African Americans. And basically we do a scholarship gala that funds scholarships for incoming freshmen that major in math, science, engineering, accounting, anything dealing with energy or energy-related majors. And we do the funding to support the Foundation for the Carolinas, which offers those scholarships to students. And what we do is have this gala where we, bring the recipients of the scholarships together. We have a silent auction, and then we use those proceeds from the gala admission along with the silent auction to provide those fundings for the scholarship. Another organization that I'm a part of is called ABE. That's it's called, the American Association of Blacks in Energy, and we do a Black Energy Awareness Month, which stands for BEAM. And so basically we focus in October on energy-related activities for our high school and middle school students, where we extend the invitation to the school systems to recruit those students that are interested in STEM. And we have activities related, all-day activity related to them learning about something new. So, like, for instance, last year in October, we hosted it in partnership with Siemens, which is another energy source. They focus more on, like, battery and renewables as well. And we were able to offer the students an activity where they were able to build their own solar panel cell phone chargers, and they literally had to build the motherboards that source the energy in the sun to set their phones and connect them to the solar panels that charge their cell phones. So these students are very hands-on. They had to use soldering irons. They had to learn about all the technology that went into building that solar panel. So it's things like that that I enjoy doing and volunteering with, because it allows us to challenge our students to think beyond what they may be experiencing in school, or at least help them to at least complement the things that they're experiencing in school when it comes to STEM, and encouraging our minorities to participate.
I love that. And where can our listeners go if they know someone that might, fit the criteria to get involved in the STEM opportunities? What website can they go to?
Absolutely. They can go to aabe.org, and that is for the high school students. And then for the foundations for the Carolinas, if they just Google that, I believe they can find out about the scholarship program that we partner with at Duke Energy.
Amazing. So for our listeners that have, knowing high school students or college students that may fit the criteria for this opportunity, for these different opportunities, please definitely go check out the website. So, Renika, you started your own training and development consulting firm. So please tell us more about your firm and how we can support.
Yes, my consulting firm I named Astute Consulting, where my goal was to pretty much offer smaller businesses with an opportunity to provide training and development experiences to their employees, because I am a big stickler on customer service and also employee development. So in most cases, even for smaller organizations that may have 10 to 20 to 50 employees, sometimes it's just being able to embrace not only the culture of where they work, but also maybe development opportunities so they can grow within that organization, and take some of that work off of the business owner, because I know for myself, it's a lot of work to have your own business, but whenever you help people grow and create job security within, it does help. So my goal is to continue to offer services where not only do I help the business owners create a curriculum or a training experience so that their employee feels like they are learning and gaining something from being an employee, but also opportunities to create a culture for that small business so that they retain those employees as well.
I love that. So what are some things that you found in some of your past, experiences with working with some companies and some small business owners? What are some things you found that have been the basically holding them back in the training section of it?
The biggest thing is leading by example. That's the biggest opportunity, because sometimes most of the employees don't need training. It's more so a cultural thing where you want a certain behavior, but you're not exuding that behavior. And as a leader or owner, you have to exemplify that behavior in order for people to want to replicate it. And so oftentimes I may say, I can make your training material pretty, and I can place it on a website, and I can make it accessible on an iPad. But what I'm seeing here is more of the behavioral things. So if you're asking people to do something, what are you doing it as well? If I had an experience where I knew a person who owned a bar, and it was behavior. If you didn't wear proper slip-resistant shoes in the bar, why would your employees wear proper if you don't wear them? So if they don't see the value in you doing it, they may not invest in it as well if you're not holding that same standards. So that's the biggest difficulty that I've found in that experience.
Love that, because it's so important that we, as leaders, lead by example and practice what we preach as well. So, Renika, I ask all of my guests this next question. How did you create your seat at the table?
I created my seat at the table by never getting distracted by the seat. For me, I always focused on my purpose. And when I focused on my purpose, the seat automatically became created for me, because that's the passion spoke for itself. So I never focused on the seat. I focused on my passion and my purpose, and that seat has always been there, because what's for you is for you. And as long as you walk in that path of what's for you, nobody can measure to that. Everybody has a purpose, and that is the message that I'll send to anyone. Anything that was mine, no one else could take. So that seat will forever be mine. And even if it's not a seat, it's a podium. If it's not a podium, it's a plain seat. It's always going to be whatever is for me. So being self-aware is one of the most rewarding things that you can do, is being self-aware and knowing your purpose, or in the pursuit of finding it. As long as that is your focus, the seat will always be there.
I love that. So many nuggets of what you just stated. Self-awareness, that's so important in following your passion and your purpose, right? Because it's going to show in your results if it's your passion and your purpose, right? So we got to make sure that we're following our own journey, because all of our journeys are unique to us. And you're right. Nobody can take your seat if it's your journey and your passion. I love that.
Absolutely.
So what did failure teach you?
How to approach things differently. Try a new way. Yes.
I love that. So it's all a lesson, right? It's all a lesson that we learn to get to that next level that we have to experience. So if failure taught you to try a new way, what did success teach you?
Success taught me to set higher goals, because I'm never satisfied, and that's just a personal. I don't know what to call it, but it's a personal thing within me. So if I was able to achieve that goal, then I need to set higher goals. And if it's too high, then break it back down. But always setting higher goals if you're able to achieve and be successful in certain things.
Amazing. So what can we expect? We're in quarter 2 now, and we've already done quarter 1. So what can we expect from you, Renika, the rest of 2019?
Oh, well, right now I'm trying to tap into some personal goals. My professional life has been very rewarding on so many levels, and, I'm leading a team right now, and we're doing really good professionally, but I have some personal things that I want to I don't want to say overcome, but more so just share with the world. So I'm working on a personal podcast right now, and it's taken a lot for me to come out of myself and share this with the world, and I'm constantly digging within to get that out. But I know it's something that's going to help a lot of people, because it has to do with adoption and family and culture. So I really do want to get that out there. So I'm working on a podcast. So you guys just keep pushing me and praying for me, and I'll be sure to share my story of finding my long-lost sister. So more to come on that.
I love it. And super congratulations on all the great things that you have in store. And I can't wait to see, what God is going to do for you the rest of 2019. I'm so excited about this podcast. I'll definitely be cheering you on. So
thank you.
Will you please tell our listening audience how they can follow and contact you?
Absolutely. So my email address right now that is currently working is Gibson_RL@yahoo.com. Again, that's Gibson, GIBSON_R like Rose, L like Larry @yahoo.com. And I'm also on Instagram at Astute6513. That is my professional Instagram page. So you guys can follow me there.
All right. So you guys please follow and support her. So, Renika, I would like to thank you for taking time out of your very, very busy schedule to come on the show today to the table, and I look forward to bringing you back before the end of the year.
Thank you for having me, Ashley.
You are welcome. So I would like to give a special thanks to Tammy Collins-Marquis and John Schamberger, as well as author Kimberly McLemore. And I would like to give a special thanks to my intern, Sarah, from Tennessee State University. You all may follow me on Facebook at Ashley Little and on Instagram at _Ashley A. Little. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Creating Your Seat at the Table, where Ashley speaks with corporate professionals, celebrities, entrepreneurs, authors, and speakers who are transitioning or have transitioned to entrepreneurship.